Donald Trump is trying to change course on environmental issues, freezing the Justice Department's cases, moving attorneys around, exiting the Paris Agreement, which deals with climate, green-lighting drill, baby, drill. And activists say even endangered animals could come at risk. All this against the wildfires and a lot of indications that the Earth is getting hotter, and the United States is part of a world that only has so much time to leave that as the status quo. We are joined by longtime civil rights leader and now Sierra Club president Ben Jealous, former leader of the NAACP. Welcome back.
Really good to see you, Ari. Thanks for having me.
What is on your front burner as an environmental organization second week of the Trump era?
Honestly, right now, our focus is on shifting as much work as we can to the states and making sure that the country understands just how many jobs are at risk. When Donald Trump attacked the wind industry, when he said no more wind turbines, that's 77,000 jobs. It's people losing jobs in factories, losing jobs as installers, doing maintenance. And where my mind goes every time I hear about somebody shutting down factories and putting factory workers off the job, there's a moment when I was a kid and my next door neighbor lost his job at the tire factory. And the next day he went in the basement and he blew his brains out. And his sons were my good friends, and I watched them spiral into crisis, losing their father so suddenly, who lost his job so suddenly. Donald Trump did that to 77,000 people just in the wind industry this week.
So you view his efforts that are, quote, anti-green as anti-working class, anti-economy.
100%. The reality is that there's no bigger opportunity financially, economically on planet Earth right now than planet Earth itself. The need to change the way everything's powered and everything's transported. And the country that seizes that will lead the world economy in this century. And there's only two real candidates for who's going to lead it. There's us and the Chinese government. And he likes to, attack the Green New Deal. What we actually have is the Inflation Reduction Act and the bipartisan infrastructure bill. And those two bills together over the last 4 years have allowed this country to do something that you and I really hadn't seen before in our entire adult lifetime, which is to open big new factories to pursue big new opportunities. I turned 21 the year that NAFTA was put into effect, 1994. Since then, Americans shut down 65,000 factories. It's something, Ari, to walk through a solar panel factory down in Georgia, or to walk through, any of these car factories in Tennessee, or, see them rolling off the. And one thing, in Michigan, people might say, I don't know if I want an EV, but you know what every Michigander's clear of? They want them built in Detroit. And so we've got to keep seizing this opportunity, and the president's put it at risk.
Yeah, well, you're talking about the economic part, which is very clear. That's the jobs part, which is different than the consumer part. What do you want to choose? Most people, they ski or they snowboard, or they hunt or they fish, right? You don't have to do it all, but you want an economy that has jobs related to all of it, right? No one's saying, as you said, you have to drive an EV. I also think it's interesting that you're talking about conserving the environment. You're talking about conserving environmental jobs that already exist rather than gutting them. And isn't it funny, because conserving was once a mainstream conservative view. So I hope you'll join me. You've been on with me before. We like to mix it up. I got a classic for you. Okay, here's a little throwback to Nixon.
The protection of wildlife and natural beauty, parks for all to enjoy. These are part of the birthright of every American. To guarantee that birthright, we must act, and act decisively. These problems will not stand still for politics or for partisanship. They demand to be met now.
Ben?
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a whole lot of old Republican leaders who are rolling over in their graves this week. This week, Donald Trump attacked our ability to protect the environment, literally made it clear, as you said, we're going drill, baby, drill, full steam ahead. That threatens our climate. It threatens all kinds of endangered species. Depending on where you do it, it could actually endanger the ability of tribes in places like the Arctic to sustain themselves. At the same time, again, the reality is that there's really kind of one big force bringing back factory jobs in this country, and he attacked that too, which is the need to adopt new technologies to reduce how much carbon pollution goes into the atmosphere. And those are real jobs, and people need them. Our country's been stuck in downward times for a long time.
Yeah. Ben Jealous, taking your considerable skills, including in and out of the courtrooms, where Sierra Club may be as well, to this new effort. Thanks for joining me. We'll be checking in with you during these busy times. Let me tell folks coming up,
Thank you.
We have our special on the power of protest. Thanks again. And by the end of the night, Ani DeFranco is here. But first, retribution and the guardrails when we come back.